Good afternoon. If you or your family are feeling under siege by illegal fireworks right now, you're not alone. It seems like they're exploding in every neighborhood of our city. I hear them every night. Nobody knows why this year of all years this phenomenon is occurring, not just across the city of Los Angeles, but across the nation. I mean, some are speculating that the absence of major fireworks shows might be causing this to take place. But in any event, it's very, very dangerous. And I want to underscore some basic facts that everybody needs to know, and also talk about what our office is doing about this issue. As I said, we know that fireworks are illegal here in the city of Los Angeles for many reasons. They're very, very dangerous to those who would use them. You know, every year, thousands and thousands of people are hospitalized because of illegal fireworks, and they're losing fingers and arms and legs and their sight. It's a very serious public health issue. And of course, this year, the coronavirus creates all kinds of new issues because emergency rooms are crowded with people suffering from COVID and other illnesses. From a neighborhood perspective, I want to discuss an issue relating to the random setting off of fireworks that most Angelenos don't think about but should. Veterans with post-traumatic stress syndrome are very adversely affected by the random setting off of fireworks. I mean, in past years, people with PTSD could anticipate the 4th of July. They could prepare for it. But when fireworks are being shot off randomly, they can't. Unexpected fireworks come at a very high cost for our veterans who may be suffering from PTSD. And that's why you might have seen a campaign where many veterans have signs in front of their houses this time of year saying, "Combat veteran lives here. Please be courteous with fireworks." There's another population that I think most people setting off fireworks aren't thinking about, and they should. And that's kids with special needs. You know, unplanned, unsettling fireworks can be horrible for kids with special needs. You know, kids with autism and other issues, other sensory issues, might not be able to tolerate these explosions like this. In previous years, their parents could introduce them to sensory-friendly fireworks displays, but not now, not when these fireworks are being randomly set off. So think about it. You're setting off illegal fireworks. It's dangerous to you and anybody around you. You're setting off illegal fireworks, and veterans who fought for you in your neighborhood are going to suffer because you're doing that. You're setting off illegal fireworks, and kids, perhaps around the corner or next door with special needs, are suffering, all because you're setting off illegal fireworks. And then there's the environment. You know, illegal fireworks set off toxic gases that poison our air and our water. And of course, it's fire season. And we know the impact of fire season here in Los Angeles. A fire season, you know, every year, many fires across the country are set off by illegal fireworks. And of course, this year, because of the virus, there may not be as many firefighters available to come to our rescue if your fireworks inadvertently cause a fire. And then there's our pets. You know, fireworks can be terrifying to pets. Every year, the 4th of July is the day when more pets escape and are out of fear when they hear these loud noises and act out and behave differently than they ever do any time of year. The 4th of July is the worst year for that. Well, now, the 4th of July is every night for our pets. If you value animals in your community, if you have a relationship with a pet, you know that that companionship is crucial. How would you feel if you set off fireworks and someone lost that companionship just because of your selfishness in using illegal fireworks? I want to introduce Annette Ramirez, who's the Director of Field Operations for the LA Department of Animal Services, who's going to amplify these points. Annette?
Thank you, City Attorney. Fireworks are illegal in the city of Los Angeles, and one of the populations that we often forget to think about are the pets, and the pets within your community, not just your own personal pets, but your neighbors' pets. Loud noises can very negatively impact them because they have very sensitive ears, and the noises are amplified even louder for them. Fireworks can scare dogs and cats to escape their houses or their yards. And even if your pet doesn't seem like it's upset by the fireworks, they can still be harmed. Fireworks, if ingested, can cause poisoning and can be fatal to pets. And they can cause type burns or other forms of injuries to them. It's very important to keep your pets indoors during this season to keep them safe from those loud noises. Put them in an enclosed room inside the house or in their crate with some music playing for them. If your pet has to be outdoors, please try to keep your gates closed and check to make sure that they're in proper working order. Make sure that they're secure, and if your pet is on a leash, make sure that you do maintain control of that leash. To protect your pets, also make sure you get them microchipped. Make sure you have your identification on their collar and they have a properly fitting collar. Make sure your dog's license is current, and make sure that you have updated all of your owner information with your microchip company. Although it is recommended to keep cats indoors, some cats can get out. Make sure that they are wearing a breakaway collar so that they don't get caught on anything. But please make sure you do keep an ID, and again, that they are microchipped. And also don't forget to make sure that your pets are spayed and neutered, because pets that are spayed or neutered will wander not as far as animals that are not spayed and neutered. And in order to help get your pets home, please make sure that you do have their ID affixed to their collar. That is one of the most important things that you can do, as well as making sure that the registration information is current with your microchip company. If your pet does become lost, post photos in your neighborhood with a description of your pet, and you could also utilize some of the city's sites, such as LA City Lost and Found Pets Facebook page, Nextdoor.com, Paw Boost, or Shadow app. You can also contact your nearest LA Animal Services Center and look for animals that are posted on our website that have been found and turned into the shelter. If you find a lost pet and you're able to temporarily house that pet for a few days, you can utilize our Shelter at Home program, which allows you to hold on to the pet while we look for the owner and post photograph of that pet on our website. But if you find a pet and you can't hold on to it, please don't leave that pet in a dangerous area. Please call us at 1-888-452-7381 to make arrangements for us to pick that pet up. Please just keep in mind that even if your pet is not afraid of fireworks, you may be terrifying a neighbor's animal, and like Mr. Feuer said, you don't want to be responsible for another family losing a family member because of the fireworks that you've set off.
Thank you, Rod. So I have some announcements to make, but before I do, I'd like to bring Nugget over here, because Nugget kind of is the example. You're the example, aren't you? Hello. Nugget is the example of what we're talking about today. Nugget is a very loving companion. Nugget is the kind of animal who could easily, however, be adversely affected by fireworks. No one wants to lose a valued member of your household, or no one wants to be responsible for having another family lose that valued member of the household. Nugget wants to sit down for a second, so I'm going to let him do that while I mention a few key announcements today. Thank you, Nugget, for your role today. Appreciate it very much. Okay. I wish all public officials were as cooperative as Nugget. We'd all have a better world. I have some important announcements to make in connection with our discussion about the dangers of illegal fireworks being randomly shot off at this time of year. First, I want to announce that my office is sending out cease and desist orders to key platforms because we're very concerned that there are internet sales of illegal fireworks into the city of Los Angeles. Those cease and desist letters are going to point out that it's illegal to sell fireworks into the city of Los Angeles. They're going to point out the seller's obligations under state law whenever selling fireworks. And they're going to point out that on many of these platforms, there are specific policies that forbid the sale of fireworks or other explosives. And we're going to take action depending upon the responses we get from platforms. I want to announce also that we have under investigation right now an issue relating to online sales of fireworks into the city of Los Angeles. I cannot discuss the details of that investigation yet, but it is very much underway with action as recently as today. I also want to indicate that we have 2 cases that have been referred to us of illegal fireworks just very recently, and there may be more coming down the pike. We take these very seriously. Also, in addition to those steps we're taking with regard to the issue of online sales and other sales of illegal fireworks and the use of them in Los Angeles, I want to take this opportunity to announce a very significant public education campaign that we're embarking on right now. We're going to be producing a public service announcement imminently to make sure that all Angelenos are alerted to the multiple dangers of illegal fireworks that are being set off randomly right now. We're going to be on social media. We're going to be having messages on the platform Nextdoor. Our neighborhood prosecutors are going to be actively promoting this message in the communities we serve throughout the city. And we're going to be working with our neighborhood councils throughout Los Angeles to get this very important message out. I will tell you that I have personally received multiple emails from people here in the city of Los Angeles very concerned about the random use of illegal fireworks right now. It's a key issue for them. It's a key issue across the United States. I'm going to say a few words in Spanish, and then I'm happy, Rob, if there are questions, I'm happy to take questions from anybody in the news, or if Nugget has a question, I'm happy to take Nugget's question also. Si usted y su familia se sienten bajo asedio por los fuegos artificiales ilegales, no están solos. En todo el país, las quejas sobre los fuegos artificiales se están disparando. Y aquí en Los Ángeles, parece que los fuegos artificiales están explotando en cada rincón de la ciudad. Nadie sabe por qué este año ha sido tan malo, pero ya estamos al límite. Hablemos de los hechos. Fuegos artificiales causan miles y miles de heridas cada año. Desde la perspectiva del vecindario, los fuegos artificiales pueden ser horribles para los veteranos que sufren de TEPT, trastorno por estrés postraumático. Los fuegos artificiales imprevistos y inquietantes también pueden ser horribles por los niños con necesidades especiales y sus familias. Y fuegos artificiales pueden ser aterradores para las mascotas, as we've seen. De hecho, más perros se escapan y se pierden el 4 de julio que cualquier otro día del año. Los fuegos artificiales son malos para el medio ambiente. Y no solo estamos ya en temporada de incendios. Este año, el número de todos los bomberos se reduce debido al coronavirus. Now I'm happy to take some questions. Rob, any questions?
Yes. From John Klimak at NBC Los Angeles. So for people who complain about the fireworks in their neighborhood, what do they do? How do you catch these people?
Well, there are 2 different. John, first, good to hear from you. Hope you're well. They can, I'm going to say a few things. First of all, I neglected to mention that if you have illegal fireworks, you can turn them in without penalty to the LA Police Department. Just call them first for special guidance at 877-ASK-LAPD. To report illegal fireworks activity, you can call the police. You can also go to complaint www.lacity.org/complaints/fireworks. In terms of enforcement of these rules, John, I'd refer you to LAPD. And then, of course, if matters are referred to us, we'll take appropriate action. Next question.
Yes. Chris and Carlo from KFI has a few questions. Aside from reports to police, is there any way to quantify the amount of fireworks used so far this season?
So, Chris, good to hear from you. I do not know at this point. I do know that anecdotally, and I'm sure that your listeners are experiencing this every night as I am, we're hearing fireworks explode randomly every night, starting around dusk and proceeding throughout the evening. But no, I don't have any statistics about the quantity of fireworks that are being set off that are illegal here in the city.
Where are these fireworks coming from?
Well, as I mentioned, we don't know. I am concerned that they're being sold on internet platforms. That's why we're taking the actions I described earlier in this conference. There may be other sources of illegal fireworks as well, but that's one major concern that I have.
Social media rumors have been circulating nationwide that the increase in fireworks is some sort of coordinated action. Has your office seen any indication of that?
No.
All right, I think we're done with the questions.
Okay. Well, let me say again, there are so many issues confronting us right now. We're all grappling with the health emergency posed by COVID-19. We're contending with the economic emergency that COVID-19 has precipitated. There are calls, urgent calls throughout our nation for racial justice and equity, calls that demand that policing practices be fair and equitable and that violence be diminished and that there be no brutality. We're grappling with the issue of homelessness on a major scale in our city. There are so many crises with which we're contending right now across the nation, in our city, and in our office. We're contending with each of these issues. The issue of illegal fireworks is a quality of life issue and a public safety issue both. It's an issue that affects people throughout their neighborhoods, and it's an issue that is especially concerning in the lead up to the 4th of July. I'm very hopeful that at this very tumultuous moment, that the steps that we are taking can take some steps forward in preventing others from setting off illegal fireworks because of all the negative consequences of doing that, and that we are able to work, ideally constructively, but if necessary otherwise, with online platforms to diminish the flow of illegal fireworks into the city of Los Angeles. Please don't use them. Thank you very much.